Hello, hello, hello. What a wonderful evening it is. Welcome to Court Vision with So Pretty Tony. And I am So Pretty Tony behind the mic, bringing you Tony's courtside view of the MLB World Series. What a ride has it been for the Dodgers? But before we get into that, let's take you here. But I have a lot more to unpack for this repeat of the Dodgers game. And we're back. So, okay, guys, let's unpack this a little bit. 7 games, and they went all 7 games in this World Series. It has been a fight to the end between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. There was no holding back for either team. First game, you know, when you sit back and you watch the series, a lot of people don't want to sit back and watch it because they think it's too long or it's too boring. They don't want to sit around all the endings. But I actually sat through all 7 games and encountered with all the endings that took place. And some days they were long and some days they were just right on time. Well, let's unpack this. You have game 1, and I'm going to go to my stat chart here. Game 1 was one of those situations when you saw the game, you thought it was just going to be a blowout. You thought it was just, they were going to just win it. It was going to just be a straight 4 and done, but it was not. It did not happen that way. It did not turn out that way. It was actually good for both teams to be able to play throughout the entire series and fight tooth and nail. Baseball isn't for the weak, and it's certainly isn't for the faint either. But nevertheless, it's an exciting game if you follow baseball. I follow baseball, I follow basketball, I follow track, I follow tennis. I am a woman that loves sports, and so I follow them all. So on Tony's courtside view, you will get a little bit of some of all of that, and we're going to unpack it as it arrives, and so I can bring you the latest and the greatest news. But to get into this championship game, this game 7, which was indeed, in fact, the championship game, it could have gone in the Blue Jays' favor because Blue Jays came out in the second inning and they crushed it open. They crushed it open. It was 3-zip. Then, of course, the Dodgers came and they scored, and it wasn't until, I believe, the 6th inning that they came and they scored again. And they made it 2-4 because, of course, Blue Jays scored again. After that one run from Dodgers, Blue Jays came and they scored again, and they made it very interesting. Toronto has a really good team. I like the way that the players fought through this. And for the most part, we thought that Toronto was just going to take this championship and run with it because they have such a phenomenal batters. Of course, the Dodgers have great pitchers. So both teams have something that the other one just lack thereof. Of course, they have them, but they're not as strong in those fields. But watching all 7 of these games, it's very interesting. Next time, next year, maybe you all might want to watch if you haven't watched it, but you should watch it. It's very interesting. It tells a story of some of the great players that are out there, and most people don't know who they are because they just don't watch the series. But down to the wire, down to the wire, 9th inning, what happens? Game gets tied 4-4. We go into the 10th. We hit the 11th. And here we go. It's 4-4. Nobody's ready to score. It's getting like, oh man, we can't go. I believe it was game 3. It literally went down to 18 innings. 18. I crashed out, y'all. It was tough to make it through, but I crashed out. However, that particular matchup, the Dodgers won because they were already down. So they needed to win that game to kind of gain the momentum back. And so it definitely gave them that 2-1. And then, of course, they went to Toronto. And then Toronto won, and it was 2-2. And then they just kind of went back and forth. Each team needed to win one game on their home field, on the opponent's home field, to kind of leverage it out. So that way we got to this point, 7. So Yaki, I want to say his name. I don't want to mess up his name. Let me give you his name the right way. I do not want to mess up his name. Yakimoto. I'm pretty good with those names, but I don't want to mess his up in any way, form, or fashion. But he pitched a phenomenal series. Out of all the pitchers that the Dodgers had, he was the one. He was the absolute best pitcher that they had. There were some hard hitters, big hitters on the Blue Jays that he was able to just get them out. You had your normal hitters that were going to hit and score regardless if that ball could meet the wood. And if it met that wood, it was gone. But it came down to the last batter, and the last batter on the Blue Jays team, of course, is a player that no one picked. He was a walk-on, and the Blue Jays gave him the opportunity to be on that team. And he is by far and has in this series, I can't speak for the entire season, but I can speak about this series, what he has done to keep the Blue Jays rolling throughout the entire series, championship series, and pushing the numbers. I mean, Blue Jays beat Dodgers a couple games, 6-2, 6-1, and so on. And then you revert and you come back and you see where the Dodgers came back and they won, but they didn't win by large margins. They won by one run or 2 runs. Like the first game they won, game 3, they won 3-1. Next game that they won within the series, they won by 1 run. It was 6-5. And then we come into this particular game here, which sowed the seed of who will be the one that will be crowned as the champions for MLB this 2025 season. And it became, of course, back-to-back Dodgers. That is hard to do in baseball. It is hard to do technically in any sport, but baseball is very, very tough. Very tough because any given night you can land in any way, form, or fashion. Let me just go ahead and get into it and bring this to you for a little bit. Here. Look at the excitement and the joy on this team. They had to do this after pushing past the 9th round, pushing past the 10th round. And it took one run, that one home run by Smith. Once Smith hit that ball and sent it on its way, and they pushed them up, and it was the only lead that the Dodgers had in Game 7. They trailed the entire game, and that one run, after them being tied 4-4 by Smith, he hit a nice homer. And that got them to run in. He came all the way in. That was 5. He scored, and they held down the 4th, which was a phenomenal inning. I'm going to pull that clip up and show you that clip. But before I get to that clip, look at this. And I want you to see this clip. This is Yakimoto, the pitcher. Let's get to Yakimoto. Let's get to Yakimoto.
Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
You can't get no enjoyment better than that. I love it. 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 Gotta give them their props. Gotta cheer them. Hey, here's some more quick clips that I want to show you in their nice championship shirt with their trophy. And they're all over their picture. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And Mr. MVP himself. Let's get you Mr. MVP. Mr. MVP. Let's get you this clip. Wow. Wow. There it is. There it is. So, with that being said, guys, that is your 2025 MLB MVP and Team of the Year. The Dodgers go back-to-back. Let's see how they do and regroup and come back next year, and if they can try to make it a three-peat. Don't know. Inquiring minds want to know. With that being said, I see you all in the comments. Guess what? Go ahead. Tell me what you think about this video. Leave a comment down below because I do respond to all comments. And again, you are on Court Vision with So Pretty Tony. And this is Tony's Courtside Review. I'm going to give you these reviews as they come up and try not to hold them. Hold me to it, chat. Hold me to it. Get in the comment section. Go ahead. Light it up. Tell me what you think about this video. And while you're doing that, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the like button for measure. When you first come in, that's the first thing you're supposed to do. But make sure before you leave out, you hit that like button. After you hit that like button, you're going to know, you see that little blinking light right there? You see that blinking light? It says subscribe. Hit that subscribe button that's off to the left. Hit that subscribe button. So that way you're notified every time I drop. Hit that bell. That bell is definitely going to help you be notified and see me every time I drop. I'm going to come with more and more bangers as they come out. Let me know if there's something that you want me to present that I may miss. You can go ahead and send it to my DM. I'll go ahead and I'll take it. I'll look at it and see if that's something that I can go ahead and push out for you. And with that, I'm going to say, I'll see you on the next round. And with that, I bid you a good night.